Healthy eating is always a weakness in my house, but I have some ideas for activities you can do with your kids that might inspire them to pick some healthier choices. Hey you guys, it's Christina from the Purple Alphabet. We have a giveaway, but before I get into all of those details, we are talking about healthy foods and activities that you can do with your kids to promote healthy eating. Maybe that's easier said than done, but after seeing these activities, you might change your mind. I do want to mention that we have a giveaway and it's sponsored by Learning Resources. I'll have all the details about those things at the end of this video. The first thing I have to show you is this huge box from Learning Resources. It's a Magnetics Healthy Food Kit, and it's for ages 3 and up, so like pre-K and up. All right, so you get a lot of magnets, and check out the size of these. These are really big magnets. So I have one sheet here, another sheet here, and a third sheet here. Then, in addition to the magnets, you get this dry erase placemat. So there's a plate, napkin, and cup on there, your instruction booklet, and an ordering pad. Just a warning, this video might make you hungry. So if you can tell, you get a lot of magnetic pieces. There's 33 in all, and these are real pictures. So it's not a cartoon drawing. They look like photographs of the actual real food, which I think is pretty nice. It's very realistic. Cheese, spaghetti, fruits, vegetables, pastas, all the things that you would want to use in talking about eating healthy foods. So the activity guide is really helpful in guiding you through some activities you can do on this. And then on the inside, one of the first things it tells you to do is to check out the choosemyplate.com for some information about the food groups, healthy bodies, and how to start a discussion about eating healthy foods and what healthy foods are and why we do that. Also on that website, there's this picture you can find that talks about the different kinds of food groups and what they are. There's a whole bunch of other activities in this booklet to kind of give you some inspiration to use these magnets. So I'm going to push my food off to the side here. There's a lot of food. And then here's my placemat. You can do so many fun things with this. First, you can set the table because there's some utensils over here. And then you can start adding things to your plate. Maybe you're just starting off learning about the names of vegetables. So lettuce and tomatoes, and you can work on recognition that way of the different types of foods. Maybe you are sorting by category and you want a well-balanced plate. So can you please add a grain to your plate? Can you please add a vegetable to your plate? And make sure you have food groups on your plate. It's really cool that you can even play restaurant with this because there's a full pad of paper here that has all the things that you would use in a restaurant if you were a server to create a bill. So I think that's a lot of fun. And then this plate's also dry erase. So if you wanted to, you can draw on here with a marker the different portions of the food groups that you want on the plate. If you're learning some vocabulary and words, you could write down your list of items here and then have your child read off the list and put all of those things right directly onto the plate. For a little fun phonetic twist, you could say, can you put an item on the plate that starts with the letter T? And your child can look and find an item that starts with T. You could also talk about meals of the day. Maybe you would ask them to make you a breakfast meal. So they could add some pancakes, some yogurt, and then maybe some fruit. So you can see there are many ways that you can use this in many different activities, especially as your child grows and develops. I found a free printable for you guys because I know you love the free stuff. My printer ink is horrible, so please ignore this. This is from Natural Beach Living, and it's a farm at market scavenger hunt. You don't have to use it at the farmer's market. You could use it at your own house or with play food or even at the grocery store. But it has all of these pictures of fruit on it with a check mark box so your child can look for the items when you're out shopping for them. So put it in a dry erase pocket like this one. This one came from Dollar Tree. They have them periodically, but I'll put a link for Amazon if you want to get one of these really cool sheet protectors that are nice and sturdy and perfect for reusing worksheets. So you put it in like that, and then you take this to the grocery store along with a dry erase pen, and when you find your vegetable or fruit or item that you're using, you would just cross it off. So you found the tomatoes, there you go. It's a really great way to keep your kids entertained while you're shopping. However, they're going to be learning how to find these vegetables and to recognize what they are when they find them. If your kid's a little bit older and they can actually write the name, that would also be great. So they'd search for the item and then write down the name of the item right right next to it. In this free printable, there's a whole bunch of other activities too. I didn't print them all out, but I did want to note that there was this one I thought was really, really fun. So they print out like this and you cut them out and you can laminate them if you want to reuse them, but you would clip on a clothespin to the letter that is corresponding to the beginning sound. So strawberries, you would clip your clothespin on S, or you could put it in the dry erase pocket too, and you save yourself a whole bunch of cutting and laminating, and you would just circle the correct answer. If you have play food, this would also be a really good thing. There's more than just these 4 in the printable. There's a whole bunch of pictures she has in there, but you could print out the ones that correspond to the play food that you have at home, and you could use it as an object match as well. So I have some carrots here and a strawberry. I have some mushrooms somewhere, but I don't know where they are. But you can match up the vegetables that way, and it's a really, really great visual way to learn it. So this is a free printable. I'm going to put the link down below if you want to go print out the pack. Tons of these sheets, and then this activity plus a couple more that you might be interested in. This one from Learning Resources is a super sorting pie. Once again, this one's pre-K and up, so ages 3 and up, and it has 68 pieces in here. There's a lot of stuff, and I love the colors. How cool is this pie? So you get this in the box, and there's one pie lid for the top. Underneath there is a sorting tray and pan, and then this part even comes off too, so you can play with it in different ways. Not only do you get the pie, but you get 60 counters of fruits. How many times are you looking for these to do manipulative kind of activities? They're right here, and there's a lot of them, and they're colorful and bright, and they're all the cutest little fruit. You also get some fine motor tongs, which are great for pre-writing. So I definitely recommend using tongs and things like that for some fine motor activities. They're going to really help your child develop all the muscles in their hands that are needed for pre-writing. You also get these sorting discs, and they're front and back, so there's lots of activities you can do with these, and these will go underneath your pie crust like that, and then you place this on top, and you can choose which one you want to do, so you have lots of options. And then of course you get the little instruction sheet too that gives you some ideas for some activities. So I picked the one that has the numbers in here, and obviously this is the one that you would just put 1. You can use the tongs for the fine motor aspect, or you can just use your fingers and pick them up and place them in yourself. So we have counting sorting. Either you can do all the same color of things, all the same item of things, or you can just mix it up depending on what you want your child to learn. There's also higher numbers on the other side. Here is sorting by category. The same thing. Another fun thing you can do is play games. Since there are 2 tongs here, you can see who could do it the quickest. You could pre-sort them out of which fruits they want, and each player gets maybe 1 of each, and whoever can put them in the quickest. That would be kind of fun to do. And then this one is sorting just by color. I really like that these are all different shapes too, so you can practice picking up the different ones with your tool. So you see, I put all of them into the top of the pie plate as a container to hold them, but you can do some extension activities with this as well. For instance, I have a sensory bin right here, and you can hide some of these right into the sensory bin for kind of an extension of your activity. So sensory bins, I have a whole bunch of videos about sensory kind of things, but sensory bins are a great tactile way of exploring things with your fingers and feeling the different materials. In this case, it is colored rice. And so they would hunt and peck for something inside the rice and then find it and then sort it that way into whichever kind of category disc you want to do. So it's an extension of it. And the best part is that when you're done with this activity, you can store everything right back inside the pie. That is awesome.
And now for the giveaway details. If you'd like to try to win one of the Learning Resources products I mentioned in this video, comment down below which one is your favorite. There's gonna be 1 giveaway winner, and you get to pick your prize. So 1 giveaway, 1 prize. Just to recap, you're gonna have your choice of the super sorting pie or the magnetic healthy foods. So after you've told me down in the comments which one you would prefer if you were to win, head on over to the giveaway link. It's in the description box. You must be 18 years of age or older and have a US postal address, and you have 1 week to enter, so make sure you do so. Click subscribe to see more videos like this, and give me a thumbs up to show your love.